Seems like
I'd call a run or call a pass.
yeah,
It's simple right here.
Let's take the RPO out of it and just make an R, right? Can we just call a run for once?
You just love
Pretty good.
ours.
Pretty good break there. I like R's and I like P's. I don't like
They got the O.
option in between. That
Like
ball
the
was
runner
behind him. That ball was behind him a little bit there. Those quick outs. The only way you can miss a quick out is outside, right? That ball has to be our ball or nobody's ball. Behind the guy on a quick out, that's trouble. That was a good break there.
You know, he had a big 10 catches yesterday, so I know you were fired up to get him back. Joe, you were on Colin Cowherd's podcast the other day with Joe Montana, and during that, Montana actually said that you could have his Joe Cool nickname, given that you've also been referred to as Joey Franchise, Jackpot Joey, Joe Chill, Smoking Joe, Joe Burr, the Tiger King, and just plain old Joey B. Do you think that maybe you don't need a new nickname right now?
I would say that nickname slot is just about full, don't you think?
Which one's your favorite, though?
I don't get into that conversation. I let that one occur outside.
That's smart.
Yeah, it looks like they're pretty close to field goal range. Maybe try to get it there. That's the worst.
Right? Batted balls, right? They should be banned, right? Ban them
It
from
should
the
be
NFL.
banned. Yeah, penalty, 15 yards.
I think
unsportsmanlike.
I think if the quarterback catches it, he should be able to throw it again.
I like that one.
Right. Just like, hey, just make that an exciting new play. And batted only on a defensive back.
Eli, looked like they had a catch and carry play right there. They were going to try to throw it to a receiver, block Farm Joe, right? I've seen y'all run that play a lot. Pretty sure y'all stole that from the Broncos offense when I was playing, but it's a good play.
Yeah, we definitely had that in the install tape, and you guys ran it back in the day.
It's not in high definition when you watch those old early Broncos and Colts plays, right? Blurry.
I was trying to figure out who that was at quarterback. Couldn't read the number.
During the kick, holding
Numbers.
receiving team number 35. Half the distance penalty. First
I
down.
know you also
timeout.
love penalties on special teams where you're already getting it at the 10.
Man.
Let's just go ahead and take it to the 5. Even better. It's really great work.
We had one on
Stay
Sunday.
with us, Joe. You see Mac Jones batting the ball down there. It looked pretty smooth right there. You just bat it down. What you don't do is this. Try to catch it one-handed, and then you fumble.
No, it's not a fumble.
You get it back? Yeah, it was a fumble. That was a fumble.
No.
You had it for a minute.
Incomplete.
Yeah. Believe it or not,
that was
Joe,
believe it or not, you're making one-handed catches. One-handed catches were the trend. I had an opportunity to make a one-handed catch. That doesn't happen to quarterbacks, Peyton. I had to take that opportunity.
Joe, believe it or not, Eli, he's so slow they actually called that a football move that he took, and so therefore it was a fumble.
Steps. I didn't get the third step. Don't give me
Run
that.
there by Connor.
All time.
Yeah, exactly.
Of our family for a while. There it is.
There it is. Your dad. Are you thinking about going the mustache like Dad soon?
If I could, I would. This is about all I can do right here.
Kurt's got a little mustache too there on that high grain card right there. Hey Joe, you're a big cigar buff, right? We've seen the famous clip of you smoking one after the national championship at LSU. You're not the only quarterback though that smokes cigars. We'll show a little side-by-side image here of who smoked it better, you or the Patriots quarterback, Mac Jones. We'll let you weigh in here. What do you think?
Sorry, Mac. I think I got you there, buddy.
The jersey on was a smart. That was a veteran move by you there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm sure Mac's real excited about us showing pictures of his shirt off. But, still got Joe Burrow with us, and Pat McAfee's fired up right now. All these punts inside the 5-yard line going on. So, as quarterbacks, and we'd like a little bit more offense. But hey, Joe, as you know, Bengals fans are very passionate, and I want to play a video after this play. And this video's gone a little bit viral, and I'm sure you've seen it. But this girl's name is Haven Wolf, and she just had her wisdom teeth pulled. Her mom filmed her, and she's talking about you. And right after Matt hands this ball off right here, we'll play this video. of Haven and what she has to say about you. Let's listen in.
I know he's got a girlfriend. And I'm happy for him. But I'm not happy for me in that situation. Dang it, he's talented. And let's be honest, I go for ambition, not look.
All right, let me. In case you didn't hear that, let's repeat this. And I quote: "Let's be honest. I go for ambition, not look." Joe, I gotta know: is this flattering to you, or is this an insult?
It sounds like I'm being called ugly there. If you ask me, could be wrong, but
your ambition. Your ambition. She's complimenting your ambition. I think.
Yes, I am ambitious.
No doubt
Austin
about
heard
that.
that about you.
Nobody can ever say you're not ambitious, Joe. Don't ever let them take that from you, buddy.
Thanks, Peyton.
I'm sure Haven appreciates that shout out on national TV of that clip. All right, Joe, the Chiefs were in town. They beat my Broncos yesterday. You have somewhat of the winning formula against the Chiefs, against Patrick Mahomes. Eli and I love to have breaking news on this show. So, what is the secret to beating Patrick
Arizona's
Mahomes?
challenging the
Just tell us now.
Score more points than him.
Love
Yeah.
it. Just
What it
There it
comes
is.
down
simple
to.
as that. Yeah. Easier said than done, though, right?
Very, very much so.
A quick game. Mac was a little vocal about not really liking the quick game last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Kind of like the quick game sucks is what I heard on the sideline, or if I'm mouth reading correctly.
That's not exactly what he said. There's another word he used to kind of describe what he thought about the quick game, but I like the quick game. I think Matt likes the quick game too. Throw it away. Throw it away.
That was a quick game right there. I just don't think they're running a lot of that like double stick right there. Kind of quick, two guys in a little out route. They're not getting much separation, so I may get rid of that play.
I like play action right here. Play action cross the route. Oh,
There you go. Through to Baker.
safety blitz. The running back. Oh, no. Jeez, what is going on here? They brought the safety on the blitz.
Watt.
The running back aborts the fake and goes right away to block him. So we should be protected on the blitz. But we got leakage up front, and they tipped him. They hit him as he was throwing. The ball went right to the linebacker. Watch this. Free safety
on a
blitzes.
defensive end.
Abort the fake. Good job getting picked up.
Oh, he's got a
Got
guy
the crossing
too.
route.
Got the
Got
crossing
him.
route. Thomas. That's the only thing when that protection, it sounds great. You got 7 blockers, but you also have a tight end one-on-one with a defensive end. That's not always the best deal. Usually you have that right tackle. If no inside blitzers or linebackers are blitzing, he should try to get out there and help that tight end a little bit. That's what those tackles get paid to do, is block the defensive ends. Tight ends do it every once in a while, but not all day.
Well, Eli, my guess is too that the running back after the fake is kind of ready to help anybody that's having trouble. But since the free safety blitzed, he's got to abort the fake and go get that guy and creates more of those one-on-one blocks. Bill Simmons to the show. Bill, when you were booked on the show, you actually texted our producer, and I'm quoting, "I always swore I would never talk to Eli." Is your expectation that I'm going to ask all the questions tonight, Bill?
First of all, if you had told me this was going to happen 15 years ago, I would have assumed I was being punished by ESPN. But now you guys are meeting. We're peers now. We're in the media together. I still look at you guys and I see 3 Super Bowls that my team didn't win, and it's hard to unsee it. 06, 07, 11. I can't unsee it, but I think we can get through this.
Bill, I got my researcher in my ear right now with the stat just coming in. It says quarterbacks with the last name Manning are 5-1 against Brady and your Patriots teams. I guess my question is, were you aware of that stat?
In championship games.
5-1
Championship games. In championship games. Yes, of course.
I'm glad you added the championship games thing.
I don't really care about regular season, Bill. Nobody really cares about the regular
playoffs.
season.
Playoffs.
Well, the thing is,
Championship.
we own Peyton for the first half of the 2000s, And then
Regular
he flipped it on us
season.
in 06.
Regular season.
He flipped it on
Regular
us.
season. We peak in the AFC Championship.
Well, what were we up 18 in Indianapolis, and we had the ball. You brought him back, but we were still up, and we needed a first down, and we win, and we get to go play Rex Grossman in the Super Bowl. Can't get the third down. You take care of business. But the helmet catch is the one that I tweeted the picture today. Eli, what was your favorite hold out of all the different holds on that play? Was it the one on Jarvis Green? Was it the one on Richard Seymour? Which,
It was
if you had to do like
holding
gold
the ball
medalists,
on his helmet. Holding the ball on his helmet was my favorite hold.
Nice answer. Before you get there, Bill, back in a 2011 Grantland article, you revealed that Eli Manning was named the quarterback that your female staff members would most want to marry. You pushed back on this notion, asking, do women really dig Eli Manning? Bill, I want to show you a picture that we showed Dana White last week. It's gone a little bit viral, and we have a second. My question is, if you had seen this photo, would you have understood what your staff was talking about?
Apparently there's an accessibility and approachability with Eli. He just kind of has it. I had no idea. I didn't have the radar for it, but we had a bunch of people who were just like, yeah, Eli's adorable. That was the word that was thrown around with you, Eli, adorable. Like the guy you want to bring home to mom. You just have it.
Look, I mean, I got the bucket. I'm at the beach. My kid's
Offside.
bucket, you know.
I'm
Somebody's offsides right there.
glad you
Yeah,
showed that
look at
Eli
me at Ole
photo
Miss,
because
though. Look at me back in the day. Look at there, you know. He's yoked right there.
Whoa.
wow.
Hey.
This was not on the pre-tape.
I can bring some pictures. Hey, you can.
There we go.
Don't put
Keep
me
that up.
next to Mac Jones either. Like, we don't have to do a side by side there.
It's actually pretty comparable.
The difference is he was in college. I just won my second Super Bowl. I had a month of celebrating. You know.
Eli, stop talking about your Super Bowls with Bill on here. It's rude.
they both came against my team.
I gotta go
After
back
distance
a few
penalty,
years
automatic first down.
to when the Peyton's Colts beat your Patriots in the 07 playoffs or 06 season playoffs, and that afterwards you wrote something about Peyton on the sidelines when he was celebrating, and so it'd take me a minute to read this, but I want to get it right. You quote said, Manning looked like a guy who had just spent the past 5 years dating someone who had never made him chocolate chip cookies. And now he found himself dating a girl who made the best chocolate chip cookies in town. And the look on his face was like, woohoo, I forgot how much I love chocolate chip cookies. I'm going to get chocolate chip cookies all the time. Woohoo, woohoo. Now,
Woohoo, Bill.
type of-
Patriots scored.
Oh, analogy. There
Yeah,
you go.
woohoo,
You don't even have to
touchdown.
answer the question. Woohoo, touchdown. I mean, is this what made you a best-selling New York Times writer right there? Is that it?
Yeah, Eli, that was the secret sauce right there. That's the analogies. That's really what made me stand out.
In addition to all of your duties, you also host a very cool podcast called The Rewatchables, where you rewatch old movies and talk about them. Deep shot here, out of bounds. I have something I want you to rewatch and kind of get your take on here, Bill. We'll play it here in a moment, and I guess my question is, do you think this play still holds up today? This one right here, Bill. Yeah.
Still holds up. Still a catch.
Seymour does a
Rewatchable?
stunt. Seymour's on the outside, does a stunt, comes in, and basically gets piggybacked by your center.
Pass interference.
And then Sean O'Hara admitted later that he choked Seymour during the play. He grabbed him by the throat and actually choked him.
Yeah.
You can Google this.
You can do that. You can
you know-
choke. You can choke people in there.
Eli,
tackles.
your best play in that game was not this play. It was we almost strip sacked you right before this, and I don't know how you held on to the ball. I've also studied that maybe 50, 60 times.
Just
over
my
the course of my
physique.
life.
It's all the lifting I did in that physique.
You had this
was
weird
great.
sixth sense in the back that somebody was coming for you. That was thanks for bringing that up, Peyton.
You're welcome.
Can I
Pictures
ask
of
you
your
guys a
shirt
question?
off. You can send it over. I can put it on TV also. You can ask a question.
Fire away.
What?
Fire away.
What's the biggest fight you guys have ever had?
I felt like a couple years ago, we were on a golf trip, and I was trying to take a nap, and I was kind of in a corner bed, and he came up behind, he kind of had me leveraged into the wall, and he gave me a wedgie. He almost went atomic with it.
Oh, it was atomic.
I was
over the
about
head.
to be asleep. I was so angry, basically because the nap was interrupted. The atomic wedgie was like an added bonus. He was so proud. We almost threw down, but I couldn't. I was in pain. I couldn't fight real well, Bill.
He was mad. He said those were his favorite underwear that I ripped, and that's what he was mad about also. These are my favorite underwear.
Right? And I don't know if we get to pick a player that doesn't get voted in like it used to be, but I played for Belichick one time in a Pro Bowl, and they were telling stories about the times that he was the head coach of the Pro Bowl. One time he picked Peter Boulware because he knew that Art Modell would have to pay Boulware $1 million bonus if Boulware made the Pro Bowl. Belichick hated Modell. And another time he picked David Benn, who was a long snapper, because he was dating Pamela Anderson, and Bill thought the players would like seeing Pamela at the pool in Hawaii. She didn't come, but that's a cool Belichick story. I don't know if you knew that one or not.
That's a great one. I mean, Belichick has this rap for being super boring because of his press conferences, right? And he does these things. He never wants the same screen again. He never wants to basically give anything away in the press conferences. But then when you see him in these other contacts, like when they're doing the NFL Top 100 and stuff like that, he's like as big of an NFL fan and historian and all this stuff. Like he loves all this stuff. I think he's also really funny. We don't see it. You're not going to see it in the press conferences, but I think in real life, I've heard like so many versions of like that Pamela Anderson story, but he shields the public from it because he doesn't want to affect the team.
Get the first down and spike it right away because now you're going to lose it down. I think he called 2 plays. You should get that second play run just as quickly as you would if you spiked it. If I'm New England, I am laying on top of whoever gets this ball. They run it. You know, bring Vince Wilfork back and just lay on top of the guy to run some clock. I hope the Cardinals throw it here. I hope they throw it.
Oh, you got to get a block. He kind of threw it too early, Peyton. He was off his. He kind of had the wrong foot forward. He's trying to throw it quick, and the guy just gets a hand. Seam.
Hit that. Let's go. Great throw.
There you go. Timeout.
See, if you're the Cardinals right there,
timeout.
You should just not tackle him. You should just try to keep him up and just try to see if he can try to run around and run 10
Push
seconds.
him, just kind of block him, and just like don't tackle him and don't let him go any further.
Yeah. See if he figures out. See if he figures that out too. Great throw. Zone blitz. Went to a form of cover 2. He hit a seam route. Good throw.
All right, so you got 2 timeouts, Pate. So
Just be smart.
Try to get a little
Get a field goal here. Let's be smart.
Oh, no. Oh my God. What in the world? What in the world? Oh, who's got the ball? Timeout. They called timeout? They called timeout.
Oh.
It's not going to help anything. Well, you can kick
Let's
a
just take a
50-yarder.
knee. Let's just take a knee from it.
This is a draw. Let's see. Oh. He just didn't grab it.
I don't think he thought he was going to get it.
I mean, it's a draw. I don't know if he saw 41. Look at it. He didn't take it. He's like
Ruling on the field was a fumble recovered by the offense. Timeout, second charge for New England, 30 seconds.
Yeah, kick it right now, though, right? Yeah. You don't like fumbles and 2-minute drives?
No, I don't. You? I don't like a draw
Patriots,
there.
I don't mind it.
I like something. I like a quick hitter. If we're going to try to get yards or try to get it on the left or right hash for our kicker, let's just turn and hand it off to the guy. Let's get under center. Draws are kind of finesse plays. They're kind of cute plays, right? What did Mickelson call your golf swing? Cute? That's what that was right there.
Y'all are a legitimate playoff contender. Now, do you want to guarantee right here, right now, that the Lions will make the playoffs this year?
I mean, Eli, I definitely want to guarantee it. I would love to. If I have my crystal ball,
you're allowed to. You
I
can
want
say
to guarantee
it. You can
okay,
say it.
I actually, you know what? I have to. You have to be consistent, if nothing else, right? And the one thing is, I said last year when Dan Campbell came in that we would go to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to continue my prediction that I'll take it back a couple of steps and say we will make the playoffs. I believe that our team has the absolute ability to make this run. We can run the table. We really can. And I know that right now we're sitting at something like 21% chance of making the playoffs. If we run the table, we have a 95% chance of going to the playoffs. So I really think we can do it. I like it too. I really think we can do it.
Bobby Lane was a quarterback then. He was traded. That's when they talk about the curse of Bobby Lane.
Yes.
Jeff Daniels and I tried to break that curse. We went to Detroit, Ford Field, had a bathtub filled with whiskey. We'll show a little video of it, but I don't know if I believe in curses. But the Lions are 5-1 since Jeff and I went to Detroit and tried to invoke a little Tobin's spirit guide over a bathtub of whiskey right here. Do you believe that?
And Ed McMahon cleanse the Detroit Lions of the curse of Bobby Lane and restore the roar of the Lion pride.
I watched that.
Do you think it's broken? Do you think the curse is broken?
I really do, Peyton. I think that was the double power of you and Jeff Daniels. What we needed a champion, and then we needed like a solid Detroiter, like a real solid Michigander. We just needed your magic to come together. I think that's what made the difference. I really do. Because they have just gone over the hump in a way I was not expecting. I was not expecting this after the beginning of this season. Very good pass,
not making
a
a play.
What's that kicker's name? Is it Paraday? What's the kicker's name?
Holiday?
We don't know that. You know, I don't have to know that.
We don't have to know the kicker's name.
Oh, you guys aren't.
It's not in the
You're not required
contract.
to know
Stay
that.
with us. We got a commercial here. We got a few more questions for you, Keegan. I'm going to put you on the spot here. Back in your Comedy Central show, Key and Peele, you played a basketball announcer with zero filter named Chick Sarika. I think we have a picture here. We'll put it up there. But we have a tradition on this show where we let our guests call some plays. So we'd like to be honored if you did a little play-by-play here, channeling your inner Chick Sarika
my
right
inner
here.
Chick Sarika? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Looking at one of the twins, the McCourty boys here at Colt McCoy, who has the most Western-sounding name in all of football as a quarterback here. We have Connor in the background playing for his second team, who's busting through the middle, and those are men not doing their jobs. And now they've done their jobs. All right, where do we go? Here we go, going to the second down or third down. Wow, that's me. I'm a ghoul. Look at me. I do not look healthy.
Well done. Well done. I put you on the spot, and you answered well.
Hey, Keegan, you and I hung out earlier this year doing an episode of Peyton's Places. We created great Lions running back Billy Sims, his iconic karate kick. Just in case there are a few viewers of the Manning cast that accidentally missed that episode of Peyton's Places on ESPN Plus. Take us through your memories of this play.
Here, see, I remember watching that on TV and seeing that kick. It's the ramp up here. Whippity bip boom. It's not the kick that gets me so much as the fact that he stepped on the other guy like a stool to get that height to get the karate kick. And I was at home as a kid watching that. I just remember going, I'm sorry, what? I was as surprised as the announcer. If they watch the episode, you watch it on YouTube, you can hear the announcer go, I believe that Billy Sims did a karate kick there. He's like, Billy Clinton, and it's the way he goes, karate kick or something. Oh, no!
Fumble.
Oh,
Touchdown.
Scoop and score.
Scoop and score. Look at that.
He should have done the karate kick right there and kicked that defender instead of letting him knock it out and fumble, Keegan. You have a great one where you play a football player named Hingle McCringleberry. Earlier this season, Lions running back Jamal Williams was hit with a $13,000 fine for imitating McCringleberry's signature celebration. We'll show you in a second, besides the karate kick you were just doing right there. But You actually offered to make a donation on behalf of Jamal. Are you proud that your lasting impact on the history of the NFL seems to be the triple thrust?
Yes. See how fast I answered that question? Yes, I am so happy that that is my legacy. Oh boy, that is provocative.
That's 4 moves. That's not 3 though. That seems like 4. That was way.
He's doing like 4, and he's doing a bit of a little circular hip situation. There's not just a full frontal thrust. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you, it's funny, Elle. You guys, both you, Peyton and Eli, you've met Elle, my writing partner, my wife. She's worked with you guys on NFL Honors, and she told Roger Goodell one time, if I think this is right, she was saying, you know, Key and Peele has made the NFL a lot of money. A lot of money.
Yes.
She's right. So that's my lasting impact, is that we are putting money into the coffers of the NFL.
So you're a Penn State alum, and you actually do a great impression of Nittany Lions head coach James Franklin. I think we'll have a video after this play when you were leading the team out to the field. And so I actually got to spend a little time at Penn State and Chad Powers and did my workout. And I assume when the Chad Powers TV show comes out one day that you'll be auditioning to play the head coach.
Probably auditioning to play James Franklin, yeah. In the Chad Powers story, Power of One. Yeah. That's what you're calling it, right? Chad Powers.
I think so, Power of One.
Power to the Manning degree. I don't know. I'm workshopping titles, guys. And so I was like, I feel like he's in really good hands. So he and I were backstage, we're doing our warm-ups, and he did a great job. I was astonished.
Let's listen to it right here. Let's listen to it right here.
Let's hear it here.
Like the draft. I'm just here for hugs.
That look on your face,
surprised.
you look a little surprised there.
I mean, listen, it was a lot of pressure. It was a lot of pressure on the commish, and he nailed it. He absolutely nailed it.
275 pounds.
I mean, because running backs, especially, and I'm not, like, I have no idea what a running back is thinking, but I do know that when a play's called where they're supposed to get it and the quarterback pulls it, it's frustrating to them, right? Like, running backs need to be put into a rhythm as well. Give them the equivalent of a quarterback throwing completion. Give them some carries. So I still think there's a place for that. Like you said, turn and hand it to Eddie George and let him go and do his thing.
I don't even understand how you guys even do RPO. I have a hard time knowing how does the running back distinguish when the ball is going to be taken away. I mean,
Peyton's never done it. He's never done it. He's too old school.
Yeah,
he's too old. RPO
Take this one.
Was not invented yet when he was playing, so this is kind of a new deal. So he's not the right person to ask.
Not versed in the RPO, Peyton. But
he is not versed in the RPO.
Eli, what's the little thing they tell you? I mean, I know you've done a lot of them. What's the terminology?
Ride and decide. What do you want to know?
Yeah, that one.
Ride and decide. Well, you're just a lot of it with the RPO. It's different. You're reading that inside linebacker. If he comes in and plays the run, then you're gonna pull it, and you have a tight end on the flat, and you have a guy running a slant. You're just kind of reading him. And there's different versions of different reads. Then there's kind of the ride and decide where it's a run. Or a quarterback run option. I was not allowed. I never had that option.
You were not allowed.
Oh, no.
Interception. Is that his second? Wait a minute. Is that Colt's second? No.
Keegan comes on, and the Cardinals just start turning the ball over.
I know. Yeah. I'm part of the Lions' magic. Anything I can do to screw up the NFC. Anything I can do. Because you got to have a spectacular one.
This kid's so confused. He's like, what?
Look at his dad, the Raiders fan, trying to explain it to him.
And checking
it's not
the
a
time.
touchdown. No, it's not a touchdown.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Eyewitness that can really maybe help us get some answers. There you photobombing in the back, but I really want to know, you can see Peyton's shirt. Do you believe that Brady spilt a drink on Peyton's shirt, or Peyton just gets really nervous and sweaty around Tom? Any ideas?
I'm not real sure, but It was a great opportunity. I had to jump in on the photobomb. When those two guys got together, every single camera and media outlet in the whole building shot there. So I was like, this is going to break the internet when I send this out there. So appreciate you, Peyton, for letting me jump into the back of that picture, man.
Strong photobomb
that was mighty
there.
nice of you.
That's a strong one.
Strong.
That's good. Well done.
I loved it.
Hey, Vinny, outside of making 599 field goals in your career, you also threw a touchdown pass and ran for a 2-point conversion. I want to show the 2-point conversion when we have a chance because I've read a lot of defenses over the years. But I want to ask you is, what did you see on this play that made you think you could run it in?
Well, I tell you what, the right side was completely open at that point. So it was hilarious. Tupa standing there, and the coach said, we're not going to kick it. We're just going to run it in. And I swear to you, I looked out at Tupa, and I said, Tom Tupa, the holder, and I said, Tom, give me the ball. And he looked at me, and he's like, what are you talking about? And I said, I swear to God, I will tackle you before you get to the end zone if you don't give me the ball. So he flipped it up to me. Could you imagine seeing that? He starts running, I tackle him. I don't know what Keegan would say about that, but that would have broke the internet for sure because I wasn't letting him get to the end zone. I needed the points. I was a point guy.
Now I want to show the touchdown pass that you threw back in 2004 against the Rams. Did you go through the whole progression here? And do you feel like you threw Troy Brown open right here?
Well, it's obviously one of those little hideouts. I've gotten so much guff and grief that, hey, you don't even have the laces. And I'm like, you don't have time for that. Just snap the ball quick and let it out there. So it was an awesome thing. That was one of those. That was another one of those, hey, Troy, I know you've caught 1 million touchdowns. I've only thrown one. I need the ball. We can cut it in half, whatever, but I have to have at least a chunk of that ball. So, yeah, extra point running it in. That was probably a little bit easier than the touchdown pass, but I have bragged numerous times that I have a better quarterback ranking than any of the quarterbacks that I played against. No doubt.
Hey, Adam, back in 2016 in a game, my former teammate, you and Brandon Marshall had a great moment, and I think we'll be able to listen in a second, but he asked for your jersey after the game, and he said that no one had ever asked for your jersey before. Is that true? But, after Colt throws a little hitch route, he's not throwing a hitch on 4th and 13, but, face mask. Let's listen in right here.
Let me get that jersey after the game.
We can't trade them out during the game, but I'll send you one, man.
You'll send me one?
You send me one of yours.
Hey, when's the last time somebody asked for a kicker's jersey? All right, boy.
Did you send him the
That's
jersey?
about right.
Did you send him the jersey?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I've got his. He's got mine. That's all. When I was getting to the twilight of my career, I wanted to make sure I had some of the superstars in the league hanging on my wall and stuff. And it's cool. It's an honor for me that some of these guys, yourselves and whatever, that would actually want a kicker's jersey, So I guess that's a badge of honor for me. But I loved it, man. Any of those guys that would come over and want to swap jerseys, I'm like, heck yeah, man. I wish I had a dozen more. But it was a lot of fun, and I remember that. It's hilarious because I'm like, I didn't know he was mic'd up at the time, so he can embarrass me with it, but that's all right.
Little play action.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Oh, throwaway. All right, hey Adam, I haven't enjoyed it. You've been very nice to Peyton tonight. You said a lot of positive things about him, which I'm not really used to hearing those things, and so it's been awkward for me. But I want to show one last picture I have here, and it looks like it. To me, that you like Jim Sorgi better than you did Peyton. Would you care to explain on that?
Well, I don't know. No, I don't. I don't even want to make any comments on this.
You don't have to answer that.
Yeah, right.
Eli asked plenty of dumb questions, Vinny. You don't have to answer them all.
I mean, you're hugging, so I don't
that was the Super Bowl. I think we were all happy at that point.
Yeah, Peyton was.
I think we probably have one or two.
Peyton's trying to organize the team picture. He's like, no, like 43 should not be next to 47. It's it's all wrong. I want to be in the middle. What's Reggie's doing? Reggie's like down in the bottom row. He's 87. He's got to be up top. He's like annoyed that this is not going as smoothly as it should be, and you're just hugging. Sorgi is hugging you.
Yeah.
So I love it. It's classic.
Well, Sorgi was a little easier to, he was that guy that wanted to hug you, man. Peyton was a little scarier at time. He didn't know if he was going to bite your head off.
He's a fist pump guy. Peyton's a fist
That's
pump
right.
guy. He's not a hugger.
He's more of a slap on the butt kind of guy too.